morning, Your Honor. For the respondent, my name is Dan Omari. Together with Mr. Guy, who goes around here, he shot. The iPod, where his phone was taken in by the IPOA investigators, and his password, where IPOA confirmed that they have called the DCI to investigate that, and today the DCI investigators are supposed to give the court an update of those investigations. That is the reason why we are here today.
I also confirm that there's a DCI officer present in court. Just to inform the court that the report is not ready. The officer can then tell us how many days he requires. But while we do that, we would wish to make the court aware that we will be making an application, a formal application, to have this issue, rather this complaint, handled by the trial court that is now seized of this matter. That is the High Court. Officer from DCI can inform the court on the number of days that it still requires to conclude the said investigations.
Now, before I can confirm, Mr. DCI officer takes the doc to explain the status. The state has made an application that this matter be taken before the High Court.
Just, Your Honor, for correction, we have not made an application.
On our part, we shall be vehemently opposing that application the day it will be made. Reason being that the OCS is charged with the offense of murder at the High Court. The matter before this court is about this court having granted the powers to IPOA to take possession of the phone and password. IPOA did not have the integrity of that phone. That is not a question before the High Court. That is a question purely before this court. The respondent made a complaint official at Langata Police Station. This is a different offense committed by Paul. It is not a murder. And that's why we'll be very, very alert to stop the state from trampling down on the rights of the respondent. So, Your Honor, this is your matter. Once the DCI gives you the status of this matter, you are competent to provide directions on how this matter should proceed. The fact that the OCS has been charged with with the offense of murder does not exclude him from enjoying the rights and protection of any complainant. He is a complainant, and his complaint must be dealt with within the known law. And the known law is the miscellaneous application that granted IPOA his gadget. The DCI must not only act, but he must be seen to act. Mr. Kangai can say one word before the DCI takes to explain the status of this matter.
Inspector Moses Adeli, a police officer currently attached at the DCI headquarters, Investigation Bureau, General Investigations Bureau. The DCI is privy to the matter. We received a complaint and a request from IPOA regarding the matter. And again, we are in possession of instructions from this court requesting the DCI to have a report on the same. Your Honor, I'm the IO in the matter, Your Honor, and I'm investigating a possible case of unauthorized access according to Section 14(1) of the Computer Misuse and Cybercrime Act, and a possible identity theft. Your Honor, in regards to the status of the matter, we are not yet ready to complete with the investigations, and we humbly request for 14 days to come up with a comprehensive report as directed by this court. That's all. Yeah.
Used as evidence in the matter that is before the High Court. At this point, I had submissions that IPOA, the culprit IPOA did this. These are still allegations, Your Honor. Nothing has been confirmed as yet. So let's treat them as such and await the report from the DCI. So as requested, Your Honor, we would wish to make a request that we come back within the next 14 days. We undertake to make our application before then.
That the DCI get to the bottom of this matter, and his fundamental rights as a citizen shall be an application to the High Court. Those are mere threats, and we will not entertain them until they have made that application to the High Court. The matters before this court, for now, the High Court is not seized of any matter regarding the form. And any attempt to scare the court, the trial court here, that they are heading to the High Court, is a here or not there. Then we have no objection for the DCI being granted 14 days to get into this serious question that the respondent has raised. I know it is a very novel matter, but for the first time, IPOA is being investigated by the DCI. That is the law. The Kenyans spoke loudly in the new constitution. Any criminal matter, the jurisdiction of investigation is the DCI. We have that confidence, and the whole country is awaiting to know the outcome of what the DCI will bring before this court. We can take Mr. Kangai has left a young advocate here. He might not be paid if he does not talk. Let him say something.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, the law. So we'll grant you, Mr. Moses Adeli and your team, Inspector Moses Adeli and your team, the 14 days that you've sought. But also just a precaution that let's not, jump into any conclusion at this moment. Yeah, it's not IPOA is not at fault at the moment. Yeah, let's leave it to the able team to do the investigation. So we'll leave it at that, and then once they make the application, no one is intimidated by the High Court or any other court. Yeah. Yeah.
We'll deal with it then.
Yeah. So let's leave it to them until they make that application. Once they do so, we'll entertain the same.
Much.
So we can have the 14 days. That should take us to the 22nd or so. Thereabouts. Second, could be exactly 14 days. Okay. So we hope by that time the DCI will have concluded and determined the application so that we can, finish up with this issue. Yeah? I hope so.
We seek that the respondent be production on a due issue
Okay.
for him to be present. It is his case.
Hope it doesn't coincide with the them before.
I know the dates for
Okay.
the High Court.
So then we'll come back on the 22nd of July.
Much.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh.